Hey everyone, Robert here, and I got with me these two fine ladies once again, Bianca and Ingrid.
Hello.
Hello.
And today we're getting to a book I've been wanting to get to for a long time. I've been trying constantly, make it be a pro teacher's noob, story spotlight, what have you. Superman Smashes the Klan. Probably one of the most freshest Superman stories, even though it's based off of the old radio play. It tells some interesting new stuff with the addition. Basically, it's an adaptation of the old, like I said, Superman radio play, the Clan of the Fiery Cross, which actually was one of the stories instrumental in bringing down the Ku Klux Klan.
Woo!
For those of you who don't know, there was a investigator who infiltrated the Klan, found out so much information, but it couldn't do anything about it. Not even the FBI were willing to do anything about it. So he knew someone involved with the radio. They brought it before him, and they said, we can do it. And they fit it in. So while it's obviously not the KKK, it's an XP of it, but they used stuff like their actual code phrases. Those were real code phrases the Klan used.
Ooh, that adds a new layer onto this whole thing.
Yeah,
There's some historical
that's the original. Yeah, sorry.
Still, it's in the heritage of that, which is something pretty neat.
Exactly. And yeah, eventually people understood like just how bad the Klan truly was. And yeah, it just went from there. But yeah, so you have Luen Yang and Gurihiru. I don't know how to say his name, unfortunately, but this is actually a reunion for these two. They worked on the Avatar: The Last Airbender graphic novels.
Ooh, that's awesome.
At least the first couple of story arcs, from the very first one all the way up to, well, I'm not going to grab them, but yeah, they did a lot of them. They're no longer on it anymore for obvious reasons, but yeah, though, it is, and these guys really know what they're doing. They work well together, and now again, this whole thing, Luen Yang has stated in interviews that he was given an opportunity to do Superman how he wanted, set in this old period. So he expands a lot on stuff. Like the radio show eventually did get the Superman's origins and all that, but not here. Here, Superman's going to find out about his origins in a way that's very interesting, and Gene actually comes up with some original ideas that perfectly fit a Golden Age Superman.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you already read that. Now, just to make this clear, Ingrid and I have read this. Bianca, you have not.
Sorry.
Hey, it's perfectly all right. That's why I wanted you here. An outsider. Someone who hasn't read it. So, yeah, let's get started. Now, the reason why Ingrid read it, and when I got the collection that puts it all in one book, I gave her my separate issues.
And then it took me a while to actually dig into and read it because, well, ADHD is a potent drug when it comes to procrastination.
Especially at an Elden Ring recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been lucky enough to get yourself away from it any time.
Yeah, well, in this case, work was slow.
Yep. Well, yeah, and you're not going to play games on a work day. You never know what's going to happen. A book is much easier to put down.
Correct.
So, yeah, let's get started as we open up with a great cover. I got to say, first of all, that's a great cover.
I just realized they're wearing the same colors.
Well, yeah. Oh, there's more to it as we go on, actually.
Ooh.
Indeed.
So, yeah. DC and DC. Oh, but yeah, we open up with another classical scene with Superman, the Atom Man. And basically, in this case, it's a Nazi superpowered by nuclear energy, or rather, in this case, we find out later, kryptonite. But I gotta say, I love Lois here already. She shows no fear whatsoever. She just goes like, "Excuse me, Mr. Atom Man, Lois Lane, Daily Planet. This is my associate, Jimmy Olsen. Hiya! I've got a few questions if you don't mind." But the Atom Man knows mine. The Atom Man minds very much. Great. First question. What are you hoping to accomplish by busting a hole in the Metropolis Dam? Revenge. You American scum humiliated the master race. Now the Atom Man, well, revenge. Got it. See what I mean? She just doesn't care. She's just like, Yep, got it. Well, of course, like, I guess what I'm really asking is, haven't you heard of Metropolis, its most famous citizen? Good old Lois and Jimmy. So fearless. Honestly, I find it inspiring. Yep, and Superman flies in and just punches him. The Superman. No, the is a bit pretentious, don't you think? Oh, hey, so you have heard of him. See what I mean? The writing here, it fits Superman, Lois, and all that, and yet there's an old-fashionedness to it, isn't there?
Indeed.
I love this art style.
Oh yeah, a blend of cartooniness and traditional comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love to see this as an anime style.
Yes.
Me too.
Like, you know what? What the heck? I'm gonna go grab the Avatar comics. 1 second. Here they are. They did all of these now. Yang wrote all of them. I don't know if Gurihiru drew them all, but for example, hold on, come on. Here's the very first. Oh, nope, that's not it. Wrong one. Oh, come on, let me get a good. Here we go. See what I mean? Oh,
Indeed.
let me emphasize myself. Hold on. See what I mean? Really captures the Avatar style. Oh, here's another one with Aang. So you can tell this guy really knows how to do this type of art style.
Indeed.
So, let me get back to it. Nope. There we go. Sorry. But yeah, basically, as Superman pounds him and everything, eventually knocks him out. Now, again, the Adaman was an actual villain from the old movie serials. But yeah, eventually takes up. Now, here's though. Superman leap. He's getting away. He's not going to leap. He's going to knock him out of the sky. Yeah, this case, Superman doesn't fly. He doesn't know he can fly.
Mm-hmm.
He just leaped. This is still with the leap tall buildings, which is what remember this. Superman flying was a creation either out of accident in the comics or the radio show and the Flesher shorts because they realized leaping can be good, but what if he just flew? So, sure enough, Superman throws a rock and brings him down. But when he goes over there and opens up the device, it's a bit of kryptonite, which he never has been exposed to. Remember this. This Superman, he has no idea he's an alien. None. But for the first time, he's actually feeling really real pain. And as he says, for as long as I can remember, I pretended whenever someone accidentally bumped into me or stepped on my toe. I've had to fake a wince, but this is real. And he starts to hallucinate a bit. Like, he looks at his hand. It looks weird. Now, this is Inspector Henderson, a long-stay character in Superman, especially with Superboy and all that stuff. But here they made him black. But again, his race doesn't really matter. Now, the idea of a black man becoming inspector might be stretching it a little bit in this era, but it's not bad.
I heard nobody talk about that.
Yeah, that's the other weird thing is no one talks about it. You would think they would, but that's probably because they're like, who's Inspector Henderson? Must be someone original. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But no, Inspector Henderson is a long-stay character. Let me double check when he was created. He was created. Oh wait, apparently there was a black version of him.
Huh.
But he was created in the radio series in 1940.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. And he was voiced by Robert Shine in those series. Oh, and Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, he was played by Richard Belzer, a.k.a. Munch from Law and Order. But yeah, though, this
Law
is
and Order.
Law and Order SVU, to be precise. But yeah,
Okay.
though, so yeah, though, as this, so him being black here, again, he's a main long stay of the radio shows, and let's be honest, most of the people who complain never listen to the radio show. But yeah, he gives them the lid to it, which is lead. Is he just too polite to say anything about my hand? Again, Superman is hallucinating. All right, his hand isn't really alien looking like it is here.
Like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
But yeah, then we have a little bit with Lois, like, no need to bribe me with soup, Miss Lane. I'm always happy to talk with you. Good, because I'm a terrible cook. Oh, I can't imagine you being terrible at anything. Conversation for two, I see. I love it. I just love when people do a little side dialogue like that. And there are plenty of the series as to how you became, well, super. Some say you drank a mega vitamin serum. Others say you were exposed to radiation at an early age. So others say your extraordinary abilities are a result of training with a cult of mystics in the Himalayas. Care to confirm any of those? Training in the Himalayas. I like that one. Let's go with that one. I want the truth, and knowing you, you'll get it someday. Just not today. My chicken soup offer still stands. I thought you said you were a terrible cook. Jimmy, good to see you. Right back at you, Superman. But yeah, now he feels upset. He put on a good face, but he thinks he's going to be sick. Right at the same time, we're introduced to Roberta Lee, or at least that's what. Yeah, her name goes. Yeah, never mind. She feels sick, car sick to be precise. Now, according to this, they say, "Welcome to America." A few months before marrying, Ma came to America a few months before marrying Dad. She's still most comfortable speaking Cantonese. Makes sense.
Indeed.
But yeah, she's like, "Luncheon, are you not feeling well?" In English, dear. Yes, you're right. I forget. Luncheon, you, including our names. I like that, don't you? He's not being strict. He's being more like, come on. Like, she so slips right into it. So she's still calling him by her Chinese name, but she's like, Roberta, bad tummy? The car's making my stomach a bit gurgly. Of course, to which Roberta like, you always got to be such a pooper, Roberta. This is way more fun than the bus. Hey, yeah, siblings, Tommy and Roberta. Just, yeah. But yeah, they soon come to Metropolis, and look at that. Doesn't that look amazing?
Yeah.
I love
but
it.
of course, and her sickness catches up to her, and blarf.
Understandable.
Well, hey, you're driving that far for that long? Yeah, you're gonna get car sick.
I'm getting motion sickness.
But yeah, of course, like it's still there. Even after I change out my Superman uniform, I can't take the smell of that green crystal. That's new. I've never heard of kryptonite having a smell to it.
Neither have I, but I'm mostly pop cultural osmosis understanding of Superman.
Yep, but yeah, nice moment with Lois and Mr. Perry White and everything, congratulating him. Why in nature you sniff yourself like that? Oh, do laundry once in a while, you won't have that problem. But then here's a point though where, and how is that guy one of my best reporters? I ask myself that every day. But yeah, Superman, he hallucinates himself that way because basically the way he's feeling, it's starting to bring back this vision that he might be more alien than he thinks.
Like what happened in the '90s Spider-Man cartoon, where
that's more of a
mutant.
Well, except that ended up being true, though. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, and of course, yeah, the Lees show up, at home, and of course, and unfortunately for Roberta, she's upset that she threw over her jacket, and well, time to throw it out.
No.
And then they're introduced to some the people that her father's going to be working with. New boss and colleague. Dr. Sergeant Wilson and Dr. William Jennings. Yeah, They're not what they appear to be.
Roberta, you've been gender swapped, Robert.
I have an Aunt Roberta, okay? Don't follow at me.
Your Aunt Roberta's in the comic book.
But yeah, basically she didn't feel like I'm like, without it, I'm all, basically she always felt like this jacket is what kept her going and everything. Like, without it, I'm all nerves, a real weirdo. Again, I just liked how these handle these characters, and they all go through their own arcs. Will you look at, then we, William, like, will you look at that house? It's nicer than mine. Some guys have all the luck. Must be nice, eh, Lee? You give them a pie and everything. What?
I want a pie.
But even Roberta's like, this Jennings guy is a real creep. They drop him off his lab coat. They like, I wasn't expecting that till tomorrow. Again, doesn't this feel so old-fashioned? People being like, my lab coat and all that. You don't get that these days, but it fits.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
But you can already tell, like, must be nice. Must be real nice. You can tell there's something up with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is that a bird or a plane? A paper airplane. And they're like, sorry for calling you a pooper. Can we be friends again? Walks up. I'm sorry too. You are often not a dummy. Again, I like these two. But yeah,
the relationship's great.
Yep, they come out and Superman had run on by. Remember, he doesn't fly, so he ran on the telephone wires.
Ooh.
And turns out Jimmy lives in their neighborhood. Now Jimmy is a kid, and every time she tried to shake hands because she threw up on her hands, no handshake, throw up. Sis!
Why didn't she wash her hands? She was in the house.
No, they weren't. They were outside the house.
What?
They have not gone into the house yet.
What the heck? I thought he was on the bed.
No. Oh, well, okay. In that moment, yeah, but that was to catch up with her brother. So I think she just went right
back. Wash your hands. No excuse. Germs. Disgusting.
But yeah, they're basically saying to the Unity House. Does anyone know what a Unity House is, or is that such an old-fashioned thing?
I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
A what house?
Right. A Unity House.
A Unity House? No, I've never heard of it in my life.
Yeah. But yeah, we're seeing him do some baseball stuff, doing baseball, and Tommy joins in, and he's got a killer curveball. Oh, the Unity House, it's a community center. Stand by, and this sounds like the setup for a joke, but it's not. A priest, a minister, and a rabbi. Okay, I love that. And this sounds like the setup for a joke, but it's not. But yeah, but yeah, Tommy has a great, throw, speedball and all that. Oh, hi, I'm Roberta Lee. I washed my hands. Again, she is a bunch of nerves, isn't she?
Oh my gosh.
Yep,
but relatable.
I know, like, wait, that picture must be your brother. Are you Chinese or Japanese? Chinese? Oh, thank goodness. I've never met a Chinese person before up close like this, I mean. Oh, I get this girl means well, but...
It was during that time.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, she's like, I miss my jacket. I miss home. While everyone else is loving her brother. But then you see this one other guy is not liking it at all. Chuck. Chuck's her name. But yeah, Jimmy, everyone's happy, like, hey, welcome aboard. I'm ready to bring him on board right then and there. Who's that? Chuck Riggs, our starring pitcher. Or he was, at least, before you came along. Oh boy, one of those. My name's Tommy, not Nukin, and I'll be happy to show you what I've got as soon as you stop crowding the plate. Just pitch. Throws it. Oh, man. Ooh! Whoops!
Uh-oh.
What kind of kid wears boots to baseball practice?
I didn't even notice.
Mm-hmm. Chuck, are you all right? Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not going to help anything. I'm not your buddy, China boy. Watch your words. Yeah, this Chinese kid beat me. Hey, I told you to step back. It was an accident, Chuck, and he apologized. As manager of this team, I'm going to ask you to apologize to Tommy. I'm not apologizing, not to the likes of him. And I'm sorry, Chuck, you're fired.
You're fired.
Yeah, we got the championship coming up. You're really going to choose this ching chong over me? Call me that again. I dare you. Again, this feels like something kids would say, especially back then.
Oh, they still say it now.
Well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I know. Chuck, no fighting, coward. I know, who barely speaks English. I speak English just fine. What I'm going to ask are you the kind of coward who's going to fight a girl half your size? Because that's what you'll have to do to get to him. And he just walks off. But then we meet up with his uncle, the Jensen from earlier. I know, it's like, your mother paid good money for this jersey. Why is it in the trash? Got fired from the team, Uncle Matt. A kid accidentally beamed me and I lost my temper. You're always telling me not to lose my temper. That's right. A man's character is rooted in his self-control. You'll go back and apologize tomorrow. It will be good for both you and the team. They're going to need their star pitcher. I don't know about that. The new kid, the one who beat me, has a great fastball. Probably. Lost Ingrid.
Maybe because of the internet.
Let's give her a moment. Oh, there she is.
What?
What happened?
Accidentally closed the browser window.
Oh man, you're fired.
I've had that happen before.
You're fired too.
Hey, but it's like, let me guess. The kid's name is Kowalski or O'Malley or something. His name is Tommy Lee. But I gotta say, the fact that he's actually giving him good advice until he finds out, I heard about that family. His father must be the one who took the job at the health department. So this Lee kid beams you and replaces you? Absolutely devious. First the police department, now the health department, and even a kid's baseball team. What's the city coming to? I don't think he meant it like that, Uncle Matt. Oh, don't be naive, Chuck. His kind are devious by nature. Oh boy, see how fast this turns? He gives him the gate first, he tells him, keep your temper, you're going to go back there and apologize, and then spins right around you. Oh, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, that's the sad thing about people like this. That's how it works. They can be giving good nature until they hear something that they don't like, and it's like, oh, clearly. Boy, I'm starting to wonder why some of the people in the anti-SJWs hated this book.
Which, honestly, it's something, somebody who is religious, like, we should be dealing with this. Like, we should know that this is something that happens in media anyway.
Right.
Since long before. I'm watching stuff from the 80s, shows and movies, and they still have done this.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They still have done this. 2000 still have done this, but they're still surprised that they still do it. And I'm like, it's a stereotype.
Right. Now we have a little bit with like, I don't need my little sister defending me. That was humiliating me. Tommy, you're just trying to make friends, and you just got yourself a brand new baseball cap. And you were just going to sock that jerk in front of Jimmy and those other kids and those holy rollers. What do you think would have happened then? That jerk would have socked twice before calling me names next time? No, you dummy. You would have had to give back your stupid baseball cap. That's what. Fitting in comes so easily to you. You never even thought about how you actually do it. Okay, that actually is a good point, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It comes so easy, like she said, like, yeah, she has to struggle at it, but the case where because of that, she knows some of the stuff that he doesn't.
Self-awareness.
Yep. But yeah, his uncle is the Grand Scorpion. Well, not the main leader of the clan. He is one of their higher ups in this section. Yep. And it's like, take yours from the box. Though you're not going to wear it until after we complete the initiation ceremony. And basically, we find out, the love of their nation, and it's impossible to unite an impure people. Stop the usual rhetoric. One race, one color, one religion. And you can see Chuck is mortified. And that's why I like what you're going to find out with this kid. He's not a bad guy.
He's
And-
just stuck in with a bad crowd.
And the reason why he
Is-
cares for his uncle, we find out, is a good reason. He was there for him and his mother after his dad left.
And his dress is beautiful.
But yep, now Clark wakes up and he's having
He
a
wakes
bit
up
of a
like that with the curl in his hair. He doesn't have to do it. It's just magically like that. He wakes up beautiful.
Actually, this is a dream.
Oh, okay.
He wakes up, sees his parents, and they look like the alien he thinks he is. Plus, what? Now, we know it if you actually read comics, that's Kryptonian, but he doesn't know what it is. But he's heard it before. His father was tinkering on this little radio that actually came with him. Came with him. It was with you when we found you, son. But he is, as they're talking about, like, our son's extraordinary, and he deserves to know just how extraordinary. And basically, of course, Paul feels like he needs to know what he is. But then, again, it just feels, he's just so shaken up. And for good reason, of course, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he feels like they're actually aliens and all that stuff. But it's like, isn't it obviously slowly, imperfectly, but inevitable, you're remembering. As we then cut back to her mother, a new jacket your father bought you, but it smells like plastic. My old jacket smelled like you. Aww. And if you can't tell really, but it's a different color for the speech bubble, so they're speaking Cantonese when it's like that.
Wait, so that lady, her hair looks so different when it's dark.
Yeah.
She was Chinese.
Right.
Or from Hong Kong?
Did they ever specify?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they specified, Ingrid. But
No, I don't think they did.
Oh boy! They're doing a fiery cross in front of them. They're a bit freaked out. Yeah.
How dare they?
Yep, my fellow knights, I warned you that these non-Americans would not be satisfied with our own filthy corners of our cities. Sooner or later, they would crawl out to infest our law enforcement, our government, and our very neighborhood. In this particular case, it's a perpetual, unchanging, and unchangeable alien element that can never truly be part of us. Their culture is demoralizing and degrading to our people. They can never become 100% Americans. And so we loyal knights of the clan of the Fiery Cross must proclaim one race, one color, one religion. They've got the wrong idea about us is all. I'll go out and explain to them. Are you out of your mind? Call the police! He's in English there. The hell was your English?
My mom would do the same thing in Spanish.
And your dad would try to tell her English and she would just cuss him out?
Oh, yeah.
But Tommy runs out there with a baseball bat. We came merely to warn you, alien. You force us to do more. New initiate, hand me your torch. Now it's show these non-Americans we mean business. But maybe this isn't. Throw it now! Bounces off. And he's got on red boots. Uh-oh, she recognizes him.
Oh, Tommy was kind of close. Ah.
Oh, I know. But I know, it's like, grab buckets. We got to put it out before it reaches the house. The good cross, a cross burning here in Metropolis. Young man, you got a hose? I saw one at the neighbors. No, this is just keeps getting worse. Oh. You, nobody asked you to come here. We don't want any more trouble. Get out of here. Dad, they're trying to help. Trouble found you, mister. We had nothing to do with this. Not how I imagined a night in the town would end. Like my grandma used to say, no good deed go unpunished. Apologies, but can you fellas find your own way home? I need to stay. Oh, it's Henderson, I think. Yep, Henderson. They got a burning cross on their lawn, don't they? For tonight, at least they are us, even if they don't want to admit it. Sir, I asked you to leave us now. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I don't know. I'm Inspector William Henderson of Metropolis Police Department. How about you folks tell me what happened? Now, see, this is interesting writing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
The father, he's not being full-on prejudiced, but he's like, we don't need more trouble. But then, of course, when he found Henderson's an officer, then he's like,
I thought so. I was like, wait a minute. Is it because they're...
Yeah, well, yeah, it is because they're black.
And then I think that's great, and and he corrects himself, and I think that's fantastic.
And Henderson is completely understandable, especially he says, like, they got a burning cross on their lawn, don't they? For tonight, at least, they are us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like, I like that mindset. But yeah, Lois, you're here? My turn to get coffee. Basically, they're there to report about the fiery cross and everything, and Roberta is taking, obviously see Jimmy there, but she's like, I've heard of Metropolis' two most famous reporters. Of course, anyone who reads the paper has. But to actually see them in person, wild. Never would have happened in Chinatown. She's finally starting to warm up.
Mhm.
I'm Clark Kent, reporter for the Daily Planet. I'm Roberta Lee. How are you holding up? All right. Cold a little. But yeah, basically everyone, or the mother feel like we should go back to Chinatown. The dad thinks it's just a misunderstanding. But yeah, and even Henderson saying, you leaving is exactly what those bigots want. Which is true, of course. Lois is there as well. I can't imagine, but should your family choose to stay, Roberta, Mr. Ken and I will fight for you 100%. The men who did this want to keep their identity secret, and exposing secrets is our business. Unlike Mr. Kent, Lois Lane is decidedly not familiar. So sure of herself, I've never met anyone like her. Aww. And
Aw.
Roberta eventually said, like, I want to stay. And we find out we see stuff with Clark, with Pete. They read the old pulp magazines and everything. And unfortunately, this is probably what got Clark thinking about, the weird alien stuff. And then, Kyle and Kenny Braverman. Kenny Braverman, the fact that Dan Jurgens created a great character to be Conduit, and because he was so tied to Clark's youth, that they've used him ever since, usually as a bully. He was even in Man of Steel. As a kid, flashback. But yeah, they start to mess with Pete, and then Clark, he's hearing a bit of the Kryptonian speak, he starts flying. I said, leave him alone! Oh, jeez. But unfortunately, Pete freaks out, and see, that's where he got the vision.
Yeah.
But he repressed it. That's why it's coming back to him differently as an adult.
Yeah.
He thought that was him, especially with the heat vision. Everything connects. But yeah, everyone's But yeah, everyone's at the school and they're like, we just read about what happened in the morning edition. It's terrible. Nah, it just shook us up a little bit. Of course, like, did he just call us wontons? That's what he says, like, but believe me, these wontons don't fry up that easy. Did he just call us wontons? But yeah, she's still feeling very uneasy. But then we have a bit, come on. I've just been informed by one of our loyal knights that the leads have chose to ignore our warning. I can't help but wonder if your incompetence last night had any influence on the decision. I know, I disappointed you. Then you are forgiven, young man. It takes time and effort to build character. Again, that's a weird saying. This guy, if it wasn't for the fact of him being such a racist, bigoted asshole.
Yeah,
you got a notification.
From Triss, yeah. But you know what I mean, though, right? It's just like, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah. I was like, you are forgiven. It builds character, and I'm like, what about you? You're being a turd to these people. Where's your character?
Okay, every one of us makes mistakes. Well, I bet even your hero has made some mistakes. Superman? Nah. I know you won't let me down again. Uncle Mac, I was thinking, maybe it was enough to scare them a little. Oh, don't you worry about the Lees. The clan of the Fiery Cross is an old and venerable organization. Cross burning isn't our only ritual to take care of vermin.
And I don't think Superman would want you to do that, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, Again, the two are just butting heads about how they do stuff and everything, and she's calling him out on the 3 wontons. Basically, oh no, Chubb, you're going with the insults just so you can fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, he calls her a stuck-up. Oh, don't you start crying me now. You're the one who started it, calling me fake. And then we find out, someone has the Atom Man. Those Nazi, and basically, yeah, he was an escaped Nazi project with the kryptonite, but these other people are studying him and saying that perhaps the world's greatest secret. All of a sudden, meanwhile, we see Tommy, someone balls up, and a ching-chong living in a neighborhood like this. They tie him up. She gets a weird omen with her stomach tightening up. She's running around trying to find him, finds the baseball cap, and goes to this officer. But when she's like, I think something terrible happened to him. Oh, I doubt that, little girl. This is a very, very safe, especially for people like you. Metropolis goes out of the way for you, giving you houses and jobs and promotions you don't even have to earn, all because it wants to be the blasted League of Nations or something. Yeah, wow. You wouldn't think to look at this guy, he'd be such a bigot, right? But then he just opens his mouth.
Wow.
And now, I'm pretty sure where they live is not far from the Daily Planet, because she runs all the way there to see Jimmy and basically saying how he's gone missing. And she has a feeling Chuck Riggs knows where he is. And so she has to take him to it. While Clark, of course, overhears. Yeah, basically when they find out, like, Kent, that girl was also, isn't she one of the Lees from the front page this morning? That was Roberta Lee, Dr. Lee's daughter. Well, what am I paying you for, Kent? Go figure out what the story is. Right, Chief. What'd I say about calling me Chief? Because he said that to Jimmy. Hold a second. But yeah, so the old telephone booth. And yep, driving. He eventually gets his way out, puts up a fight. What?
Because he punches him in the face and there's
wham! Yep, and he lays into the water and all that. Pounds on to Chuck Riggs' house and calls him out about you were there. I saw your boots. And he freaks out, takes the hammer, swings it around, and no, I didn't actually mean to hit Superman. Oh boy.
Take him to jail.
Yep. Better than your back, kid. You could have really hurt someone. Hold on a second. But yeah, basically, they apologize. I'm your biggest fan, so that's why you wear those red boots. I hope you don't mind me. That's a good reason, isn't it? The red boots, like Superman.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get boots like him, so you get what red boots you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I needed to be more red.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's basically like, I know where the Clan of the Fire Cross does its rituals. I can show you. Maybe they took Tommy there. Again, showing that he's just like, yeah. So he carries him up, and they hang on out while they go looking for Tommy. You know how I told Superman that I was ready? Complete lie. I think I'm going to be sick.
Oh.
And look, she has that little that discoloration, like. Oh. And then we would have these details from Luen Yang, about his life growing up and everything.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yep, and let's get into the next one now.
Woohoo!
Yeah, these are pretty lengthy, aren't they?
Yeah.
1 second. So yeah, then but yeah, he's stuck, in the river and everything. There's Superman over that river. That's where the meeting was. Then the meeting of bigots and bed sheets, Chuck. Hey, I'm already trying to help. You don't have to be so disrespectful of kids. Let's stay focused on finding Tommy. And jumps right over, jump over that river. You all right? Gurgly stomach. I'll be fine. Oh, look at that smile.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a smile. I thought she was just wiping off something.
Is that better?
Okay, yeah, I can see it a lot clearer now. Sorry about that.
But yeah, they see fresh tire tracks, and he listens out. Don't listen. Look, you two. What did you just say? Yeah, ask you see anything? Nope. And they're trying to tell him, like, look through, and this is where he starts to do some of his X-ray vision. First time he's done that. He's in the river. What?
No, that's fine. Keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, they find him and everything, but unfortunately his arm is busted. Careful, you can know for sure. Take a look at his bones. And yeah, he's trying to ignore them. But again, Chuck feels really bad. Like, and Tommy, when you try to move it, does it feel like the worst pain ever? Pretty much. I bet it's broken. We better get that arm in a sling that we can use my shirt. No, let's use my cape. Yeah, everyone shows on up and to help them all out, and Henderson takes off. It's going to take Chuck and Roberta home while he runs them back. You got to do what's right, Chuck. Tell us everything you know about what happened tonight. I told you already. I don't know nothing. Sorry you won't be able to write a fancy story about it for the Planet. Oh, boy. Look at Roberta.
That's a great expression.
Be like, Bianca? Bianca? Oh, well. She missed out. But yeah, they're, and young man Chuck, from what I saw, Superman couldn't have saved your friend without you. Is that right? Tommy isn't his friend, but it's true. If Chuck hadn't taken us to the spot, Tommy might not have made it. Seems to me we've already done what's right. I'll tell you what, after I drop Roberta off at the hospital, I'll take you back to your house. You get a good night rest, and I'll come by in the morning. We can have a chat. Okay by you? Yeah. I mean, yes. Yes, sir. Because he's like, crap, he knows what that means. His uncle's going to see Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, basically, yeah, everything seems to be going good. And then the green crystal smell again. They've changed outfits. It's the Kryptonian outfits. Spectacular job saving that boy. We're so proud. Tell me the truth. Are you some kind of trick by Luther or Daredevil? No idea who that is. Like, oh, we're no trick. Then what are you? Come on, haven't you figured it out? We're your parents. Before we sent you here, we theorized that this planet's yellow sun could give you powers beyond imagine. It seems we were correct. No, what you're saying can't be true. I don't look a thing like you. Though you were ignorant of their source, you've always known that you've had powers. You are obviously stronger and faster than they. But then why are you willing to use some of your powers and not others? Now, if you notice, they're not even reacting to what he just said. Ingrid? Hello, am I talking to myself here?
Oh, sorry.
I said, did you notice they didn't react to what he said?
Yeah.
So obviously that's a phrase that they weren't programmed to respond to. But yeah, we have Braverman's mother saying, like, that boy is a demon possessed, I tell you. And basically, or like, the Bible calls it levitation. He levitated and levitationed up in the air, and the fires of hell shot out from his eyes. Oh, boy. Of course, like, yeah, the sheriff shows up. Shouldn't you have called on Pastor Leon instead? That loud is always trying to avoid me. You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
What did that tell you right away about her, right?
Mm-hmm.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm also listening.
Did you see
Sorry about
the
that.
image? Did you see the image earlier? Was the look that Roberta was giving?
No, I was helping my mom with something.
Oh, just a sec, then.
It's adorable.
But yeah, though, Clark Kent, smell forward and step forward, please. Not a hint of brimstone. How about you perform a bit of supernatural devilry for me, son? I'm sorry, sir, but Now, wait 1 minute. Are you telling me that you are entirely incapable of supernatural devilry? Well, then, I hereby declare this boy is not possessed by a demon.
Yay.
I love that, don't you? But he still feels so upset and everything. But yeah, so of course, sorry.
No. I was gonna say, where Robert? Now you're gone too.
No, I'm not gone. I was just texting something. Sorry. But yeah, so they look at the radio, and he was hearing the weird voices. Made no sense. Can't get this thing to turn on. But when he goes over there, much as I hate to admit it, you were right, Jonathan. It's time to tell him about the truth. No, Martha, I was wrong. You already told him too much. I never should have shown him that box with the voices. What if that's what triggered all this strange behavior? Sounds a little bit like Brightburn there, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But this was before Brightburn.
Mm-hmm.
Again?
Brightburn.
You know about that movie, right, Bianca?
I've heard about it.
Ingrid, can you tell her what you thought about it?
It was basically what if Superman was actually dark and edgy, but it's like a character that's clearly an XP of Superman.
Written by James Gunn.
Oh.
But yeah, basically then they feel like, but those awful people put in his head that he might be demon possessed. We have to show him that he's not, that he's, what, Martha? Say it. An alien? I would never use that word for our Clark. There are folks out there much more dangerous than the Bravermans. If they would discover our son that he's extraordinary, they might take him away. Or worse, they refuse to let that happen. From now on, Clark must be ordinary. No more incidents, no more unwanted attention. Or raise him to be the most perfectly ordinary boy in all of Smallville. Agreed? Agreed. Now this is better than what Man of Steel did!
Mm-hmm.
Because at least this case, it makes sense! And he's not going to be a whole you shall let people die!
Mm-hmm. It's just like, yeah, I don't want to see my kid get exploited.
And at least it is early enough that he just came into his powers, not, well, after he's well into having them.
Mm-hmm.
But it runs off, he's throws it in the water, and he wants to be perfectly ordinary. So basically, he mental blocks so much.
Oh.
Repressed memories, woohoo!
Yep, just sorry, I'm just juggling a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean?
I feel that.
Oh, come on, get back up. There we go. But yeah, so after that, then he started acting ordinary. And no one brought up the night before. Why, son? Why have some powers but not others? It's as if you only want to be half of who you actually are. Which we see about it. Just hearing, not even the super breath, just hearing, running fast, and strength, and leaping. Basically not much different than a more extraordinary human.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that would scream alien.
Just a weirdo. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you had to go there.
It's fun that way.
But yeah, Superman did this. I knew his good citizen act wouldn't last. Being that powerful could never. Dad, you got it all wrong. Superman didn't hurt Tommy. He saved his life. With Roberta's help. Thanks, sis. You would have done the same for me. I would have. And now, of course, he tries to hide it and lie about the fiery cross. And they continue up the lie. But now they get to keep the Superman's cape. But then they come and see Superman what looks like he's talking to someone. Like, Roberta, I'm not interrupting anything, am I? No, just enjoying the night air. How's Tommy? He's pretty excited about bragging to the Unity house that we met you. In other words, he's fine. Thank you, Mr. Superman. Our son is alive and safe. Thank you. Ooh, thank you. And yeah, obviously they are so happy and grateful. But you notice how the father was so quick to condemn him at first?
Yeah.
Here's your cape back. Can I let you in on a little secret? Crime fighting can be really rough on capes. So my mother made me a whole closet full of these. So, I'd like you to keep this one. Really? It's Tommy right. It's everything we've gone through in Metropolis worth it for this one moment. Of course, he's back on the telephone poles as he then heads off. But then the mother takes it and makes a new coat out of it.
Oh.
It's about your story about what happened last night, Ken. You need a rewrite? I'd be happy to. That's not what I'm getting at. It's tremendous. In fact, I saw it. Lois had written it. It's just the Clan of the Fiery Cats and Cross kidnapped a kid. Here in Metropolis. Great Caesar's ghost. Is this really my city? But they didn't get away with it, right? Superman, that's just it. Superman did something. And so should we. So they put out a reward. Oh, boy. You know that's just going to ask for trouble, right?
Wow.
Yep. But of course, Chuck and his mother are, his mother's so $1,000. We could get you and get out of your uncle's hair and rent our own place, Chuck. Tell me what you know about the Clan of the Fiery Cross. Mom, well, why would you? I'm just jossing with you. Oh boy, if only she knew, right?
Oh my gosh. I love her eyebrows.
and her hair. It's that old fashioned, it's a blonde. It's like Blondie.
No idea who that is.
The old comic strip character, Dagwood.
Nope.
Oh, Ingrid, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. At least one of you know.
Vaguely.
But of course, they go to his uncle and Uncle Matt. What happened to Tommy last night? That wasn't you, right? That must have been some of the other nights, right? Not now, Chuck. We have visitors. How the cops know we came here? Maybe someone must have given me up for that blasted Daily Planet reward money. Yeah, that's it. But then he notices about a word of advice, Chuck. Stay away from the Unity House. After all, we're at war, and I don't want my nephew getting caught in the crossfire. Shit!
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a definite oh shit, isn't it?
Stakes.
Yep. But yeah, so they go.
Good.
They're at the Unity House. Everyone's all like, "Wow!" Well, they're so happy, excited for him. You get a cast. Those days where getting a cast that meant you were cool, the cool kid, because you did something that edgy.
Oh yeah, I remember.
What?
Can you say that?
I said, the idea of getting a cast would make you one of the most popular kids at school.
No.
You never knew about that?
Well, I knew about that. It's just that there was always fights in my school, so that was pretty normal.
But then they decided to show up, saying like, "Go on, sis, show them your new jacket. Knock their socks off." Superman gave me his cape, and our mom made it into this jacket. No way! My socks are officially knocked off. Mind if I check it to see if it smells like cotton candy clouds? Don't be weird. I think I figured out why Tommy didn't tell our parents about the Klan. Despite everything that happened, he doesn't want to leave. And I get it. Here in Metropolis, our lives somehow feel bigger. Aww.
No.
But then Chuck comes in and he comes up with some excuse to get out of the building. But yeah, you hear the tick-tock from the clock, make it very clear there's a lot of clocks in that place. And they're like, why don't we go over to the theater for a movie or something? Let's go see the new Captain Desmo flick. So yeah, but of course, Roberta, being the observant one, it feels like something's off. We see Lois Lane is over at the Metropolis Health Department, and he's working on an article. Like, I'm not sure I can help considering our work here good. How do you mean? It's nothing. You'll probably want to speak to Dr. Wilson, our department head. End of the corridor. Got it. She then sneaks around and, and then there's Jennings, who, of course, she probably must have taken a wrong turn. Quite an operation you have here. Care to answer a few questions? Answer a few questions. Ha! What a thing to ask after getting caught snooping around. Then perhaps you'll kindly direct me to Dr. Wilson. I'll kindly direct you to the exit. Goodbye, Miss Lade. But, yeah, again, everyone's just having a good fine chit-chatting with everyone, but she starts to feel a little sickly. And she's being a bit, fun. Yeah, and yeah, throwing things off with the girl, so runs off. Now I like this how it's just a matter of them trying to be friends, and it just comes off wrong because there'll be some people who would read this as, as G wanting to pair the two up. No, you know that there are people who read into this though, right?
All too well. I wish I didn't know about them.
But yep. Captain Desmo versus Genghis Akim. Wait, those girls, are they? They are. Harriet, Vivian, my old friends from Chinatown. I'm so happy to see you. Roberta, it's you. Come on, Harriet. We don't want to miss the opening credits. What's wrong with her? You know how Viv is. It always seems like she didn't like me. Well, she thought you were kind of standoffish. Every time we asked you to come to the movies with us, you turn us down. Only because the bus ride would have make me feel sick. You sure it wasn't because you thought you were better than the rest of us? What? Your father, the doctor, certainly act that way. But that isn't how. That's why your family left Chinatown, isn't it? Oh. No, it's been so long. Maybe we can sit together in the theater. I really miss... You're here with your new friends, right? I'm sure you have more fun sitting with them. Oh, wow! Again, he shows us that things aren't all black and white.
Indeed.
I mean, there could be always more to what it appears to be than we think, than we know. Stuff that we might never ever be aware of. But yeah, the stuff with like the Metropolis Health Department makes it sound like it's a government operation, right? But it's not at all. I got a hold of the financial records, Clark. None of their fundings come from the city. Not one dime. And you wouldn't believe what I saw there today. Like some kind of mad scientist lab. I see how this might lead to something big, Lois, but I'm still surprised that you're not putting everything you got into the Klan story. That's the thing, Clark. I've got a hunch that... What are you staring at? Men can always find new ways to disappoint you, can't they? What? I get it. Oh, no!
Oh
no! Lois, I didn't even notice her! Sure, you didn't, so talk to her, champ. Oh! Poor Clark! Who wants to talk to a pretty woman across the shop when the prettiest, smartest, and most fearless woman I've ever met is right across the table? Aww.
Aww.
Oh, boy, but yeah, that look of annoyance on her face. And poor Clark, look at him like, Lois, I didn't even notice her. But he's trying to get away from them. The city skyline is spectacular. Primitive, but spectacular. Is that why you brought us up here, son? To show us the view? We're up here because I can't be silent talking to myself. What is it that you want? We'd like you to answer our questions. Why only be half of who you actually are? Hey, Demon Boy, how about a little float for us, Demon Boy? Oh, boy, then they keep bothering him and pestering him. And, hey, look, Lana! That redheaded girl and I would soon become best friends. As I watched the Braverman boys walk up to her, I felt my face get hot with anger. Then came the voices. Anger pooled into my eyes. My feet began to leave the ground. No, not again. Why are you doing this to me again? I threw you away. As if they understood, the voices left me. Oh, and she kicked their butts! Kicking them right in the shins! Thanks
I
for
love her
handling
hair in this era.
Yeah, thanks for handling those jerks. My dad and I just moved into town. Came to service hoping to meet some folks. My name's Lana Lang. Welcome to Smallville, Lana. I'm Clark Kent. Look at this. I love being a part of this, a part of them. Son, please don't call me that. I'm from a town called Smallville. I was born and raised by Jonathan and Martha. They're my parents. However you're doing this, however you're appearing to me, please stop. I finally created a life for myself here, so no one looks at me in fear. No one who isn't committing a crime anyway. Please don't ruin that for me. But don't you want the truth? I want my life more. I want my life more. Goodbye. Especially, yeah, he's denying who he is just for normality. Which again, I can see why Jean Luen Yang felt that. How some people, like, and when they come to an area, they sometimes will do that. They will hide who they truly are just for a sense of normality.
Mm-hmm.
As they're watching the movie, they're watching the movie. It's basically a Flash Gordon type stuff.
Oh, I thought it was Big Trouble in Little China.
Nope, it's Flash Gordon. That's supposed to be like Ming the Sorcerer.
Ah.
How they do that? I don't know. Genghis Akim can fly. Movie makers are so clever. They must have used some type of wiring. No, okay. Sometimes I think Roberta's a little too smart for her own good. Don't you think?
I mean, stuff like that in Chinese theater was very, very common.
True. Or super, just like that. A theory pieces together like a puzzle in my mind. I have to talk it through with someone. Where's Tommy? And yeah, they go out, and it turns out Chuck is he's trying to learn from Tom, and Chuck's trying to learn from Tommy about how to do his fastball. What are you guys doing out here? It didn't feel like being in the theater. It was your idea. I love it. It's like your cast is going to make it hard for you to pitch to Tommy, which is why I got to teach Chuck how to throw a fastball. Oh, why him? He helped save me, didn't he? He did. But did you ever wonder how he knew where the Klan took you? He was out at our house that night, Tommy, wearing a hood. He was the one who threw the bomb. I recognize his boots. Chuck, she's right. That was me. Listen, I'm so sorry. I never wanted to hurt your family, I swear. I believe him. What? Are you soft in the noggin? Chuck here's a natural pitcher, almost as natural as me. If you know how big our window is, way bigger than the strike zone. So you missed on purpose? I did. Like I said, I didn't want to hurt your family. Not you. Not the Unity House. I don't want to hurt anyone. How are you going to hurt the Unity House? Well, I just said I didn't want to hurt the Unity House. Then why you bring it up? Like, how does Superman put it? If you might be able to help another person, you ought to at least try. My uncle's the Grand Scorpion. He's the one who brought me to that meeting spot by the river. His name's Matt Riggs. But you gotta understand, he's a good guy deep down. He may be wrong about this, but he's been there for my mom and me ever since we needed him. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm worried something terrible might happen to Uni House. Even if it does, though, it's okay, right? Because we're all here now. You idiot! The kids are all here, but what about Reverend Leeds, Rabbi Stone, and Father Shane? Did you ever check their office? I didn't even think about that. Oh, crap! No, Jimmy's there. Jimmy's there, overheard, and they head on over there, and uh-oh. Which one of those creeps is your uncle? My uncle is not a creep, and he's neither one of those guys. I know because his robe's a different color, but I'm pretty sure he sent them here. This morning, I caught him building a bomb. Cripes! So yeah, Jimmy now, of course, being the oldest one, it's going to feel like go in and, yeah, I'm going to stall them Lois Lane style. Not the brightest plan, but I guess it's the best we've got. Roberta, what are you? No way I'm letting you face those creeps alone. Come on! You guys get going on those phone calls. Basically like, Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter for the Daily Planet. This is my associate, Roberta Lee. Hello, you brats, you know who you're messing with. Out of the way. Would you mind answering a few questions? So much like Lois!
This is the part lots of people got angry at.
Why?
Because they didn't like that two kids were in harm's way.
They're choosing to do it to stop, to stall them.
Doesn't mean they like the decision. They thought they purposely wanted to put kids in harm's way. And they thought
Ingrid, do you understand this?
I do not. The logic is just what?
So kids can't be heroic?
They literally think that this is going
you want to just shelter them forever? Look, kids know the world can be bad, and we should give them the chance to stand up to that even when they are young.
They said that this is something we don't want our kids to do.
What? Ingrid, I can already imagine the look on your face, Ingrid.
Robert.
He's like, this is going to teach our kids that this is okay.
And need to restart.
And then they're
What
going
was
to
that? What was that?
Robert.exe has encountered a problem and needs to restart.
But yeah, they overhear someone's calling the planet about the Unity House. Clark overhears, and oh geez, of course, like earlier. Honestly, you're impossible. No, Lois,
What a womanizer.
Well, because earlier, I don't know if you paid attention, she saw it was the same thing.
I'm just joking.
No, it was earlier, remember, where she saw he was looking at another girl, and it's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that was the joke. This is the running joke, so.
Yeah, but of course, Henderson shows up and is chewing him out about, like, Henderson, what is this? Exactly what it says, Inspector. We're offering a reward. So, yeah, and right to the shin. Oh, boy. But then, what was it you called these goons, Roberta? Oh, that's right. Bigots and bed sheets. Like, you have to hurry. We think they hit a bomb somewhere in that building. You two geniuses decided to bomb a children's community shelter? This isn't a community center, Superman. It's a threat to the purity of America. If you truly love your nation and your race, you would recognize that. I only need one of you to find the bomb. Hey, don't leave me up here. I wouldn't squirm too much. Who knows how long that branch will hold.
Chose the skinniest one, too.
Yeah, runs around. Now, this guy said he's wanting to martyr himself. Hell, once they clean up all this filth in the city, they'll probably put up a statue of me. But they soon find the priest, the rabbi, and the reverend. But as he's getting out there, unfortunately, there's too many clocks. He can't find the bomb.
Yep.
And of course, unfortunately, but unfortunately now he needs his parents to be able to do the X-ray vision, but they're not appearing now. They're like, sweet martyrdom, here I come. Boom. But of course, then Henderson says, like, leave law enforcement to the police. You don't see my officers publishing news articles, do you? Why can't private citizens just fight and join the fight for justice? Superman's cop, look at him. Just this morning, I spoke with a kid, probably the least convincing lie I've ever met. Long story short, I've got a lead on the Metropolis Clan's main guy. But word on the street is your headline spooked the suspect so badly that he's gone into hiding. Well, that's not what I meant to. Trust me, Inspector. No one's hiding from the likes of you. And Lois again. Hey, how about we sit down for an interview? Interview? Ha! What a thing to ask when you've got a knife in your face. Get over there with the rest of them. Funny, Dr. William Jenkins spoke the exact same way. You can't tell how unbearable it's been watching you strut around town with the badge pin on your chest, boy. Hand it over my dead body. Fine, have it your way. No, don't do it. And kill him like that, and he dies a cop. Hand over the badge, boy, or Perry White gets it. And now, of course, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Am I dead? I must be. I stayed true to the very end, oh Lord. I am ready for my reward. Excuse me, your foot's on fire. Ah, there are Jews in heaven! These aren't paying attention to be on fire!
Oh, the irony of that dialogue is so delicious.
It is! But of course, Roberta feels like it's her fault because her family coming here instigated things, but Jimmy says it's the Klan's fault. Jimmy, Mr. Would-be martyr here burned himself pretty badly. We've got to stop by the hospital on our way to the jailhouse. Can you? Oh, my foot! It burns! Give Roberta a ride home? You got it, Superman. But they soon realize where are the others. And their other target is, wait, don't just leave me up here! Oh, no!
Oh!
I'm so dumb. I thought it was an X.
But yep, and then a little bit more. But each one had their own separate parts. Oh boy, Detective Comics #1.
Fu Manchu mustache.
But yep, let's go into the grand finale. Come on. There we go.
Shorter than I thought. I thought it was gonna have like 5 issues.
Nope, just 3 longer issues. But yeah, Lana and Clark, and this is 1936. And so yeah, they're going, and it's raining a little bit as they're at the fair. As they give the ticket, you see this one guy. You want wonder, young lady? How about letting go of your ticket? So yeah, they see all of this, and hey, look, it's the Graysons.
Hey.
That's a nice little nod. But yeah, something spectacular, like a hero of myth, the strongest strong man to ever walk the earth. I present to you the mighty Samson. Hey, it's the guy who took our ticket. What? No, that guy was bald. This guy's got longer hair than mine. Lana, he's clearly wearing a wig. Well, it's not just that. Look at the way he carries himself and that costume. You like his costume? He's wearing his underwear on the outside. Yeah, but he makes it work somehow. Huzzah! That's definitely not the same guy, but he definitely was. All of a sudden, a fire breaks out, and somebody animal like, move it, folks! Lana, can you make sure my parents are safe? I gotta go help. But Clark, let him go, Lana. Like, oi, Gavolt, run, girl, run! Yow! You all right, Mr. Sampson? Thanks for the pop. A bottle of pop for saving my life. Deal of the century, kid. You know, they called me the world's strongest strongman, but you, I've never met anyone like you. You got a real future in the circus, kid. Ever performed in front of people? No. I've always been afraid, and that if people saw what I could do, I'd scare them. I had the same problem. No, I solved it. Costume. The most colorful, the more colorful, the better. Now, think about this. He just gave an origin for the entire Superman identity.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it
And
makes
what-
a lot
I
of
love it.
sense.
And now that the guy who named himself Samson after the mythological, the figure who was another influence for Superman.
Indeed.
Wait, it wasn't the biblical figure?
I think it was.
the
It was.
biblical figure Samson, well known for his long locks.
And his super strength. That was one of the many influences.
I can't wait to tell my dad.
Really? You didn't know?
No.
Yeah, Samson was one of the many influences, not the sole influence.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they made the costume and they head on out there. I asked your mother not to sew it on, but she insisted. It felt right. Otherwise, that shirt would look too plain. But it looks like an S in a funny diamond shape, Clark. Let them think it's an S. So I became a strongman, just like the ones they have at the circus. Only I help people. Again, I love this! This is so fresh!
It makes so much sense, too.
It basically takes one of his old influences that the creators did and actually made an in-universe explanation.
Yeah.
That's never been done!
No, really?
Never! It's never
Nice.
been done where they added in an actual strongman inspired him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great Scott! Again, he still thinks he needs to, climb up. And everything. So they're trying to get their way in. He puts out the fire by running around it real fast. Whoosh! Superman, is everyone all right? It was horrible. Those hooded thugs busted in and tied us up. We thought we were stuck here all night. Until Jimmy and his friend came to our rescue. But yeah, basically like, actually, Superman, come look at this. That lipstick has to be Miss Lane's, right? I think she left us a message. I could barely make it out. I'm impressed you haven't found this. I thought to myself what would I do if I were stuck in Lois Lane's situation? I'd leave behind a clue of some sort. WJ. Call it a hunch, but those are the initials of my dad's coworker, William Jennings. When he last visited my family, he came off like a real creep. A clannish sort of creep. Wouldn't be surprised. It's worth checking out. Jimmy. And right if I borrow in the office phone book, I need to look up Jennings' address. Way ahead of you, Superman. But yeah, Chuck shows up and everything. And Tommy show up, and then they find out about how Superman, Jimmy. They say Jimmy took him home. Hey, Tommy, I've been thinking about what happened to the Unity House. It was absolutely wrong, of course. But is it really all that bad to want to live around only people who look like you? Wait, what are you saying? I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it all. A broken arm's not enough. You want me to quit the team? No, that's not. You want my family to move back to Chinatown? Is that? Spit it out. I want to know that my family's not evil. Shit.
Damn.
Then Yang really makes a great compelling story here. Chuck is not evil. His mother isn't. Just his uncle. But even then, he's so confused.
Mm-hmm.
And for good reason. It's not like his uncle's like 100% evil. Mostly just 80% evil. 20% good advice at times, but unfortunately it's all buried in his bigotry.
Mm-hmm.
And even like, I don't know what I'm saying. Of course, unfortunately, Tommy is taking it the wrong way. I feel like Tommy's not even listening, to be honest, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, he's very conflicted right now.
Well, for good reasons, I know. I know. But at the same time, I was like, dude, are you even listening to what Chuck just said? He's clearly,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, yeah, elsewhere in Metropolis, you clown. Oh, come on. You clowns must have dressed up in your gowns for a reason. What do you want? We're going to teach the Daily Planet a lesson about interfering with Klan business. Because of rats like you, good, honest 100% Americans have to wear hoods over our faces just to say what we really believe. Listen, I'm the one you really hate, aren't I? So how about you let Mr. White and Miss Lane go? You're not wearing your badge anymore, boy. No need to play hero. Inspector Henderson isn't hero because of his badge, you imbecile. You know, let them go and you could do what you want with me. He's willing to sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't worry, he's fine. It's been the loyal knight who gifted me this blade told me about its story's past. It's been used in the ritual of the Clan of the Fiery Cross for generations. Huh?
Ew.
You'd think an object with such a storied past would carry more than 279? What? Shut up, shut up! As soon as you fellas quit acting laughable, I'll quit laughing. And
selling swords.
we'll find out. We'll find out. Superman! If you're smart, you'll surrender immediately. Never! My sword! Well, you get what you paid for. Ouch! You're not going to punch me back, are you? Please don't punch me back. I won't punch you. If I did, I'd probably kill you. Flick! Betty,
That's
I know. Nice! If we all work together, we can handle him. Doubt it. Take him down! What? Help! I'm on fire! Help me! Hang on! I'm burning! Stop moving around so much! Uh-oh. Yeah, they take them all out. Inspector, I found this on the ground. It got pretty banged up. I worked so hard for this. The department will place it for you, I'm sure. Yeah, but that could take weeks. It's just a badge, Inspector. It's not what makes you a police officer. Unfortunately, not everyone in Metropolis sees it that way, Mr. White. And, yeah, Jibby and Roberta show up. Miss Lane, Inspector Henderson, and Mr. White are still standing, still doing their job, even after everything. Thank goodness they weren't hurt by the Klan, but they could have been. You, in the purple, are you the one in charge, the one responsible for all this hate? I'm the Grand Scorpion of the Clan of the Fiery Cross, if that's what you're asking. I have half a mind to. To what, Superman? Punch me? Kill me? Go ahead. Kill me, and I provide you 100 men exactly like me will rise up to take my place. And I'll bring 100 of them to justice. You don't seem to understand that the Clan of the Fiery Cross isn't a group of men. We are a conviction. The conviction that a strong America is a pure America. And even you can't smash that with your fist. When push comes to shove, you cannot unite a nation of people who share neither blood nor history. And as much you want to deny it, Superman, you're one of us. I'm not one of you. I'm nothing like you. Tell me, how did you become what you are? Was it mystic training like the rumor says? A mega vitamin serum? The truth is, whatever you did, wouldn't you have worked out and wouldn't have worked had you been of inferior blood. That's why my nephew admires you so much, isn't it? That's why the whole country admires you. You're living proof of just how superior a white man can be. Oh, I want to punch him, don't you?
That monologue is just so fantastically written in the I want to punch this guy in the face kind of way.
Do you agree, Bianca?
I'm wondering how his suit is purple. I thought it was blue.
No, it's purple. But yeah, Superman flies them there and they are arrested. What? Oh, not flies them, he carries them. He's running, sorry. But that one officer from the first book Don't worry, Grand Scorpion. I'll get you out of here. One race, one color, one religion. My good and loyal knight. And he leaps Roberta home. But then she's like, Superman, this might be completely out of turn, but can I ask you something? Of course. When you do that, when you soften your landing by actually defying gravity, is it still called leaping? Isn't it more like flying? I'm not sure what you're getting at. Maybe you're not even doing it consciously, and I definitely wouldn't have noticed if I didn't have a gurgly stomach, but you're limiting yourself. I could feel it. What? I've thought and thought about why, and I have a theory. Can I say it? Go on. You want to fit in better. This, I feel, gets a little preachy, but it makes some sense for her character. You want everyone to believe that you're just a better version of a normal human. Humans run. You just run faster. Humans jump. You just jump higher. Humans lift stuff. You just lift heavier stuff. But the truth is, you can do things that are entirely different from what humans can do. Right? Like fly. And you hold back because you're afraid that if people find out, they'll stop calling you Superman. Instead, they'll call you super something else. To be honest, I've tried not to give any of that much thought. After all, minding yourself too much is a good way to lose your mind. But you gotta mind yourself a little. Don't you see, Superman? You holding back actually endangers people. Like early tonight. Thank goodness Miss Lane, Inspector Henderson, and Mr. White weren't hurt, but they could have been. And you could have stopped the Klan before they ever kidnapped your friends, before they even left the Daily Planet building, because you would have flown there. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I wish you were okay. It were okay for you to fly. See what I mean? Now, doesn't that come up a little bit like, okay, that feels a bit of a stretch, doesn't it?
I get what you're saying with that.
Again, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's just
a little contrived.
Suspension of disbelief, a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think, Bianca?
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes to his parents' house, and they say, I didn't know that no matter what happens, no matter what I might find out, nothing changes between us. Promise me we'll always be family. Oh, son, we made that promise the moment we laid eyes on you. And he finds it, and it became the Fortress of Solitude. But here it's under Kansas waters.
That's interesting.
Hello, son. But Riggs makes it there, and he meets the Grand Imperial Mogul. And it turns out it's the other scientist. I know. What possessed you to launch an attack on the city's most prominent newspaper? Those scoundrels at the Daily Planet threatened us first, Dr. Wilson. They needed a lesson. It's Superman and spoiled things. Superman? So in addition to the police, you've got Superman hunting for us? All this bad publicity, just we were about to launch a new membership drive. They would have paid us $100 each for initiation fees, and another $25 for robes and hoods. You've cost us thousands upon thousands of dollars, Riggs. But sir, what's money got to do with anything? Fool! We then see a bit more with her, the parents, and find out that he quit the job. Took him 3 tries, and he finally did it. Of course, they feel like, well, what about he's going to search for a better job tomorrow? And then Lois Lane shows up and gives her a little pen and everything. Like in the right hands of the right person, a pen can become the most powerful weapon in the world. If you're even interested in a career of journalism, come by my office. The Daily Planet could always use another cub reporter. Because yeah, Jimmy told about what I figured about the lipstick and everything. Dr. Lee left his position at the Metropolis Health Department. Interesting. Any idea why? I don't know. My mom mentioned something about the department's mission. Sounds like your first lead right there, Roberta. And we then find out about the parents, and it turns out, this is just a memory projection. And they finally explain everything about Krypton. Mm-hmm. And he finally starts to understand everything. That, one, he doesn't look like an alien. He does look normal. But yeah, they look in with what their parents had, and they find this little container and her father's journal. And again, feels like some of this stuff is falling into place a little bit. Like he realized, oh crap, I had so much set up, I have to speed things along a bit. You kind of getting that feeling like some of this stuff feels a little bit too, you know what I mean?
Something like that.
Yeah, but like, tell me, Riggs, what have you been doing with that 25% on cut you get from new recruitment initiation fees, the 10% cut from their robes? Give it to charity? Of course not. But we're not in this for the money. We are purifying America. Wait a minute. Is it possible you actually believe in all that one race, one religion, one color rot? Rot! It's absolutely the truth. You've gotten drunk on the slop who we put out for the little nobodies who want to believe that some other race is inferior so they can feel superior. Riggs, we are a business that deals in the world's oldest commodity, hate, and we do it to fund a defense program against an actual threat. Come, let me show you what the Klan is really about. It's fine for all... See, look, the sword, the daggers. It's fine for all these foreigners to come to America, so long as they know their role. Take Dr. Lee, for example. He put on his lab coat and did as he was told. Because of foreigners like him, I can live as I deserve. But every now and then, someone comes along with the power to break out of their role. I founded the Metropolis Health Department against the single greatest threat to people like me. Superman. And it revealed about, the Atom Man, about, and turned out Wilson had contacts and learned about the space rock, the green rock and everything. It turns out Wilson was apparently was one of them. The whole thing with the Atom Man, he got the kryptonite and everything, and then he reveals, then we put the Nazi space rock into weaponry specifically designed to destroy Superman. It's so heavy, it has to be. The only element that can contain radiation is lead. And turning up, what she has a bit of the kryptonite in it as well, in a lead container. And as he basically reveals, all this time you've been afraid of the wrong kind of alien. You stupid fool. You think the world is divided by race, but really it's divided by power. I have power and you do not. Our skin may be the same color, but you and I are nothing alike. You're an insect and I'm a god. I can't have a bloodthirsty fanatic endangering my revenue stream. Goodbye, Grand Scorpion. And he kills Wilson!
Damn.
Meanwhile, at the championship game, as they're watching everything going on, waving to, meeting up with all the friends, Jane and Alexander, she finally asked their names. Mr. Lee's there with Henderson and everyone. We see that, we see the bigoted officer. Everyone seems to be going fine and good, but then, her jacket got ripped. Who grabbed her? And we find out it's Riggs. But now wearing Wilson's outfit. And they basically goes by your presence here, you are supporting the so-called Unity House, that blighted symbol of Metropolis festering impurity, and all that. They basically say Henderson's about to go up, but then the cop is you'll do nothing. That you, boss? Without your badge, you all look the same. Chuck's trying to talk sense into him, but they throw the bat and he hits his own uncle. Nephew, you sign with them over your own flesh and blood? Chuck's here is signing with what's right, because you are so obviously wrong. Not just wrong, evil. If you notice, he's squeezing his eyes together like he's forcing that phrase out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's ready to shoot them all, but then Superman shows up, heat vision, and flight again. Mm-hmm. Wilson was right. Everyone starts freaking out now. He's some kind of ghost. For the first time in a long while, people look at me with fear, except Lois. She's the same as ever, utterly fearless. Aww. But he's ready to say, your most beloved citizen isn't a citizen at all. Go on, Superman, tell him what you really are. And he basically says he's from another planet. And unfortunately, people start to turn, saying, Grand Scorpion, take down that alien. Send him back where he came from. What? How many times has Superman saved our city? You're just going to turn on him? And he's ready to zap him, and it weakens him. But then, and Roberta throws the baseball. She has her brother's arm, throwing arm, and it's made of lead, shoves it right in there and blows up the gun. Henderson then takes the guy out. Want to know how you could tell us apart? I'm the one with the authority to arrest your sorry behind. And, Riggs is ready to blow himself up. Superman flies up, freezes the bomb, punches it. How'd you do that? I'm not totally sure. I've been discovering a lot about myself lately. You really are a fool, Superman. You have such power. Even I must concede that you are the true superior race. Why fight for a family of ching chungs? Where I come from, we take care of our own. You're calling the less your own? Yes. You've been brainwashed by the corrupt newspapers and textbooks, Superman. The less aren't your own. You share no blood with them, no history. There is literally nothing that binds you together. And that has been the Klan's point all along. A nation bound by nothing cannot last. But we are bound together. The Lees and I are friends at the Daily Planet and the Unity House and the police department. Everyone down there, really. We are bound together by the future. We all share the same tomorrow. That includes even you. Once you've renounced your hate and pain for what you've done, I'd rather have no tomorrow at all. Yikes!
Ooh.
But he recovers and catches him. Superman, I got my usual questions. You finally ready to give me answers? I have some of them. Are you a coffee drinker? Superman can fly. I don't know if I'll ever get used to seeing that. You said it. And we see Chuck going out, with his aunt. Go on, son. Go, as mom, I mean. Go be with your friends. I'll be all right. We'll be all right. And basically realize, Catch, I saw you threw that metal ball, Superman. You're pitching. The next day, Roberta Lee, nice to see you. How's the rest of the family? Good. Dad got a new job offer. Mom enrolled in some classes at Metropolis University. Tommy's helping the Unity House team prepare for the rescheduled championship game. Rescheduled? Oh, that's right, because all heck broke loose at the first game. Till Superman showed up. You missed one of the biggest stories of the year, Mr. Kent. Seem to do that a lot. You here for Jimmy? Miss Lane, actually. She's in her office, humming to herself, if you can believe it. I've never seen her in such a good mood. Miss Lane, I don't mean to bother you. Basically, I was serious about the Cub reporter position. Really? But still, it has your initials on it. You should have it. You know I always do my homework, don't you? When I wrote that article about what happened to your family, I researched your father, your mother, and your brother, and you, Lan Shin Lee. My name is Lan Shin Lee. I'm a Cub reporter for the Daily Planet. I've worked hard to make Metropolis, the city of tomorrow, my home, just like Superman. The end.
Aww.
So, Bianca, what did you think?
It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, why do people complain about this? This is an incredible story!
It really is.
And it's so
They thought it was going to be hating on white people.
No!
No, they tackled the issues in like a really nuanced and thorough way.
And yet,
all they care about is, why are you doing another KKK story? I'm like,
why are you hating on the KKK? I saw some people say.
You do realize that those are like comically bad guys, right? You don't think that they actually have a point. Like, you understand they're supposed to be the villains here.
And I love the ending, how it's just a big grifting scheme, which the Klan was!
Yeah.
The real-life Klan.
Ignorance and hate in order to make themselves a buck and give themselves power.
And
feed off of people's ignorance.
And I really hate to say this. I see that with some of the people in the anti-SJWs. Not as bad, obviously, but you know what I mean, right?
Yep, they're using
a lot of them, so I understand completely what you mean.
And then there's some people who truly believe it, and yet the leaders don't really believe it. They just believe about lining their own pocketbooks and just keep pushing the hatred.
Mm-hmm. And that's the truth behind a lot of this, is that it makes a lot of money. That's why a lot of people are motivated to do it.
Exactly. Especially with that whole initiation fees and the robes and all that. But when you really
become a black belt, $50.
Yeah! I mean, just stuff like that. You're just like, you know what I mean, right? It's just like... But again... This was just so damn good. And I love how Roberta finally embraces her name, her real name at the end. I like Lois was great.
So weird how her name was Roberta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Roberta's such a weird name. I don't know.
But back then, sometimes they would give themselves more American names to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know that.
I know, but still, though, But again, in Superman, his whole journey was so good. Again, it does feel like he had that Yang had to speed some things along at the end, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again,
But I
especially
thought
with.
it was fine. I wasn't so much bothered with it.
Oh, I wasn't bothered with it. It just felt a little bit like, really? You know what I mean?
It was super huge, so like they had to do something, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not a writer.
Again, I mean, they did set up some of the stuff with her, and her seeing the wires made more sense. But her just simply saying, "I wouldn't have known about it for my gurgly stomach." It's like, really?
I had the same when I look at a piece of food. I'm like, my stomach says no.
Right.
So I shall not eat.
But again, also, I liked Henderson in this. Henderson was such a great character, wasn't he? I mean, he always was, but the way he was handled here was really good. And just him
I have
being,
no idea who Henderson is again.
again, he's an inspector who's helped Superman out in the old radio show. Like I say, him being black added to his character, didn't take away.
Yeah, that ended up factoring a whole lot into the plot and the larger themes of the story.
Unfortunately, there'll be some people think, oh, why'd they have to make him black when he was being white? It's like, because, like, why couldn't they use an already established or make a new character? Because why do that when you already have Henderson? He's already well established in Superman. Hardly anyone knows about him anyway. Him being white was never key to it, and him being black and him being an inspector makes him more important. And while there were very few, there were some black inspectors back then.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what other position would you have done? Would you have made up a different original inspector? Why do that when you have Henderson, who was in the radio show?
Plus, I had no idea who Henderson was.
I just said that. That was part of the other reason why.
I know. I'm proof. I'm the example. Drink.
Yep, but still, though, again, I give this is one of my this became one of my favorite Superman stories, hands down. And it's timeless in a lot of ways. I mean, it's timeless, and yet it's not. It's one of those cases where you do something that's so set in the past, it becomes timeless because you have nothing to compare it to.
Indeed.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like it's not like something that was made back then where you feel like it's so old fashioned. No, it's something set in the past, but with a modern writing standard that makes it timeless. And it's stuff you can relate to. And again, I just like it how, Chuck, I like Chuck. The fact that he was a good kid who was just so confused. And, I mean, a lesser writer would have it be he was just as bad as his uncle.
Kids get born into cults. It's just a fact of things that happen sometimes. And they have to sort of reckon with,
And his uncle threw him in too fast. His uncle threw him in way too fast. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and it really emphasizes the whole theme that, hey, this stuff isn't inherent. People learn this bullshit.
And again, his uncle would try to give him good advice, just in the twisted, warped way.
I remember my dad trying to get me into those pyramid schemes.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so yeah. I mean, overall, what would you two? Give me your two thoughts on it. Like, what did you think about the artwork and how it told? I just gushed about myself. What about you two? Bianca, you first.
Me first. Oh, I loved it. If I were to rate it, it would be a 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10 because of the art.
Yeah.
Gave it an extra. This is something that's just super fun, super cute to read. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like afraid that it was gonna somehow, just because of the KKK, that it was gonna like beat your head over it. And I'm like, no, it's just a story that involves them in it, and it's fun and it's funny, and it's adorable.
And what about the characters?
Oh, the characters. Lin Shun.
Yep, or Roberta. You could just say Roberta too.
Until I remember her name. So
Lin Shin, yeah. Roberta and Tommy.
Roberta and Tommy are like siblings. I love siblings relationships, since I have siblings myself. So a lot of that is relatable.
And Lois?
Then, what was that?
Lois?
Oh, Lois was great in this. I
Spunky,
don't know.
very spunky.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I feel like Rob Raymond, I can be like very, very picky with her character sometimes.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree. There's some Lois that I can't stand, but this
But
feels
this
like
was a very good Lois.
and
Fantastic Lois. I
yeah.
love the strongman thing they added.
Oh yeah, the strong. Oh,
That
I
was
love it.
fantastic.
That was so original, and yeah, it's like, but being a strongman was always part of his origin. It won't no his creation, not his origin.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the idea. Well, we'll get to it after Ingrid. What about you, Ingrid? Same question.
Oh man, I would definitely go around the same thing, around a 9 to a 10 out of 10 for my actual rating. The art style was really, really good and pleasing the whole way through. The writing was definitely really tight and flowed together well, even if at times you did mention it did go a little too fast. It all connected, every detail mattered and led to a satisfying conclusion, and yeah, I just felt like I had a lot of fun and also felt like they handled the material in a really mature and insightful way, which is absolutely great to be able to nail the balance of. That is definitely not easy with subject material like this.
And
And it's important to have stories like these that are written well.
Yep, and I would say this: the stuff, Superman's arc, the whole thing about him questioning himself, doubting himself. I love Superman stories like this, but this is a weird, interesting way of handling it. The whole idea of him going from the
that was really neat, where it's just like, yeah, just because you have all, yeah, he does have all of this power, just sort of like from the very beginning, but it's just like, that's the kind of thing that can really differentiate you and alienate you, even if you weren't necessarily like a literal alien. So it's just like, yeah, it's an interesting way to say, why isn't he using all of these powers if he has them? It's just because they've been a source of actual trauma in the past.
Exactly. Well, what about you, Bianca? What's your take on that whole stuff with Superman and all this stuff with him holding back his powers and being fearful of being more alien than he is?
Well, I'm usually used to that story, and I usually like it very much. So this is just to me like adding it again, but of course always in a different way since they like to differentiate. I did like the whole parents look like aliens until they look more like
Himself?
regular people, until he, that kind of thing. I thought that was great.
Again, I just love how it all tied into that one comic cover.
Yes.
That was the most clever portion of it. The heat vision eyes, and that how it's like, but why are you assuming that's what you look like, Clark? You know what I mean? It's
Probably like paranoia or anxiety, because it's just like, that's the sort of only reference point for what that is or what that means. So that's sort of where the imagination defaults to.
It actually reminded me of the Superman animated movie that came out, like, what was it, 1 or 2 years ago?
Man of Tomorrow?
Yeah, when he's watching a movie with his friend, and I believe it had something to do with aliens, and he was just crying about it, and I'm like, maybe he felt something.
True. It also reminds me of during New Frontier, where at least in the comic, I don't think it was in the movie, or it might have been, where Martian Manhunter goes to a movie. It's about Martians. Now, of course, everyone takes it as horrific, and they're like, because, they feel like, oh my God, but he busts the gut laughing, singing it with a comedy. He knows what a Martian's like. They're like, but everyone looks at me like, ah. And then I realized it wasn't a comedy. That's how they saw Martians.
I remember him saying something like that. No, he didn't say anything like that in the Man of Tomorrow movie. He was like, yes, your movies are terrible.
Right, but I'm just saying, but it's just that moment that sums up a lot like what happened in here. Just that one scene alone, doesn't it? This whole bit of like, but in a darker opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, finally got a chance to talk about it. I thank you two for joining me, and well, Ingrid, obviously you and I still have the Godzilla retrospect to be wrapping on. Unfortunately, certain things have thrown that into a tizzy recently. I'm trying to salvage some video files.
Technical difficulties, unfortunately, they haunt us all.
But Bianca, do you have anything coming up?
Still trying to get that review out. I'm trying to have everything written first because I.
Here's what I say: just wing it. I used to, and Trit and I could both tell you, we both used to do scripts and everything. It's much easier to do it because you put in so much of your energy into the script that by the time you actually do the recording, you're not ready for it. But at least some people can do writings, all right? But it can be just as much of you're just writing down your initial thoughts and just repeating it. Sometimes it's just quicker to just go out and do it. At the very least.
The only problem for me, is that I was winging it for like 10 minutes and I said, I can't do it. I need to write it down. And
I recommend doing bullet points then. Just do bullet points, then get to those things that keep you on track.
Okay.
That's my recommendation. But yeah, anyway, thank you two for joining me. Thank you all for watching us for the past hour and 45 minutes. Well worth it though.
Yeah, it was a big one.
Yep, and we'll catch you all later. Take care.